Hello and welcome back to the Hutchinson Veterans Outreach Program. My name is Lisa Dettell. I'll be your host for today. And today we have with us Sarah Geiser. She is from the Canine Companion for Independence. Welcome, Sarah. How are you doing today?
Thank you. Staying cool.
All right. Now, you work with puppies.
Yes, it's, of course, no pay involved. I'm a volunteer puppy raiser for Canine Companions for Independence. I got involved about 7 years ago when I started working in California. My coworker was already involved with it. She got involved with it. It's a domino effect. She got involved because her nephew is handicapped.
Okay.
And he needed a dog, and they found this organization. And so for her paying it forward, she became a volunteer puppy raiser. Nice. So that way, these dogs need to have a puppy raiser, so that way it gets, the cost is down. Actually, the cost is free to the people that need it.
Okay.
And this is our way of paying it forward.
Now, when you say to people who need that, that would be for any disability? Are we talking just handicap as far as chair accessible, physical handicap, or are we talking with PSD? Or?
So Canine Companions has 4 different types of dogs.
Okay.
They have the skilled companion, which is a person that is in a wheelchair or a debilitating disease where they are like autism, where they have another person that is their caregiver.
Okay.
And that person will then take care of the dog if needed. A skilled companion is someone that can take care of themselves and the dog. This is Porter. He is 16 months old. He was number 13 of his litter. Canine Companions they have their own breeding program.
Okay.
They only use Labradors and Golden Retrievers.
Okay.
They have found that those two mixed together are the best working dog. They got the Labs that love to work and the Goldens that love to just love.
Oh, definitely.
So then we have the facility dogs.
Okay.
They have been getting a lot more popular. They go to the courtrooms and the medical fields. We even have one with a police department in, I believe, San Diego that helps with traumatized victims.
Okay.
They do wonderful things for multiple people. There are quite a few that are in the San Jose area that I know of, okay, because that's where I originally came back from. And so it's fun to see the dogs that you've seen grow up.
Oh, definitely.
Get placed
definitely.
into something that you knew that they were good at. And then we also do the hearing dogs. The hearing dogs are, they have a orange leash.
Okay.
And they're working all the time when the people need it. I mean, when they're outside of the house. One thing is very hard is when adults or kids come running up to them and saying, "Oh, doggy, doggy." If they've got their vest on, that means they're working.
Okay.
Even with he's just and it says it's a volunteer puppy raising program. He's working.
Okay.
He's a totally different dog when he's in the house. When he's off the leash and his vest comes off, he is just like any other dog.
So it's kind of like that's their suit for work.
Yes.
Okay.
I've had other people notice that it's just like a switch. Like I've mentioned, our dogs are free. This is a nonprofit. Everything is run off of donations. So for me, my donation is my time, my love, because each dog that I have gets a piece of my heart.
Yeah. How do you get, well, first of all, let's go, if I wanted to volunteer, how would I get a hold of you to do this?
You go to cci.org.
Okay.
There they have applications to become a puppy raiser, or if you're handicapped or looking for a dog, there you can apply.
Okay.
You can find all sorts of information on there, and then you can also donate there. There's a button there to just donate.
That's what I was going to ask you, if because from what you'd been saying, everything's volunteer, everything's
Yes.
donated, and that's really the only reason that you can take and train these puppies the way that you train them, and then give them back out into the community for whoever needs them for free of
Yes.
charge. And that is just, it's admirable to see that an organization can do that. You've
No.
been out here for how long now?
I have been out here for just about 2 years now.
Okay.
Yep.
And this is the first dog that you've had out
This
here?
is actually
or-
number 2
Okay.
that I did. I actually helped raise a couple with my coworker. I wasn't really on the paperwork or anything, but she got me hooked, line and sinker. We would go to, they have graduations every quarter. And living in the Bay Area, we're real close to Santa Rosa, so we would go up. We'd take the day off of work because it was a Friday. We'd go up and watch the graduations. And she goes, if you can get through the graduations, you can raise a puppy. Because the number one question we get is, how can you get that dog up?
Yeah.
Well, seeing the joy in the graduate's face when they get their pup, there's never a dry eye in the place.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
And there's nowhere that I've ever been that could have 150 dogs in one area auditorium. You don't hear a peep. Unless there's a little puppy there. Then they'll sometimes do a little whine. But it's good to get the little pups there because the puppy raisers that are handing over their pups or turning them in to go to college or matriculate, it's a joy for them.
And then what do you have to train, like somebody like me, in order to get a puppy?
Well, that's...
Because I know I need to be trained.
Yes. And that's why you would, before if you get chosen, then you would go there for their team training.
Okay.
For 2 weeks.
Okay.
To where they can bond you with the perfect dog and then teach you how to take care of that dog. And sometimes they modify some of the commands depending on the person.
Okay. Which would make sense.
Yeah. And once you get a dog, every year they follow up, making sure that you're doing okay, the dog's doing okay. If there's any problems, you're not just let loose to go, do whatever you want.
So if you do have an experience where the dog isn't responding to you, then you can actually call them and
Yes.
say, hey, listen, this
Yes.
one isn't quite right for me.
And that has happened. It's very rare, but it does happen. Or something happens in life. Say you're going out of the country or something forever or whatever. That's the process.
So is there any advice that you can give us as far as the winter time? Or I know we've all heard, don't leave your dogs in the car in the summertime. I'm a firm believer in don't leave your dog in the car in the winter time either.
Correct.
But is there anything else that you've heard of that may help us to understand that we need to maybe take care of them just about a little bit more than they take care of us?
Yeah, it's just like a child. Would you leave your child in a hot car? Would you leave your child in a freezing car?
Exactly.
No.
Exactly.
I would hope not. The people that do that, I feel so sad. I have seen that in California, and I have, gone to people and said, That's wrong.
Yeah. And kind of like the plastic dog houses.
They heat up.
They heat up and they cool down.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not a real good
Nope.
dog house outside for them.
Correct.
So we do have to watch the way we take care of them.
Mm-hmm.
I really do appreciate you coming on the show. I appreciate bringing the puppy on here.
Yep. I
Now
slept
he
through
looks all
most of it.
cuddled.
But that's what they do is they learn to shut down when they can.
That's a good thing. That way they're not constantly interrupting
Mm-hmm.
or disturbing your conversation.
Yes.
But like I said, I really do appreciate you coming out. If you want to give everybody the email site again.
Go to cci.org. That is the best place to go. You'll find all information, especially veterans. There, 15% of our dogs are given to the veterans.
Okay.
One horrendous fact is there's 4.2 million disabled vets that come back that are in pain or suffering,
Yeah.
and there's 4 million people that live in LA. So that just gives you the scope of how many people need help.
We need more volunteers.
We need more volunteers.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank
I
you
really
so
do
much.
appreciate you
I
coming out.
appreciate it.